That's a solid move, Jason Marshall agreed.
It was actually a good thing to record.
That Rance nice. Jr. and excuse himself.
I agree with you.
Dinner was
the random in a highway earlier.
You should have made fried chicken, Nick's mother said. Something you could pick up with your fingers. It's okay, I need to nail this. Nick was eyeing the pork chop on his plate, trying to figure out how to cut it. He was able to work the knife pretty well with his left hand, but he couldn't keep the meat from sliding around without his other hand there to pin it down with a fork. Let me unwrap your right arm, his mom implored, just for tonight. No way. This is how Dad's got to do it, right? Nick's mother said, I'd cut his food if he were home. You can bet on that. The disappointing news had come in a phone call that afternoon. Captain Gregory Waters was fighting an infection in his wounded shoulder.
He's dead.
The doctor had told Nick's mother that his dad was responding slowly to the antibiotics. On a more positive note, the doctor reported that Captain Waters' early rehab sessions were outstanding. Nick was pleased, though not surprised. His father had always kept himself in top physical shape. How come they wouldn't let us talk to him?
I look at a big mountain.
Because he was sleeping. They said he did.
Oh yeah, there we go.
With his left arm on the weight
Big mountain behind there. Can't see it now because we're too close.
Sounds like Captain Studley. It does indeed. Nick's mom was watching the pork chop skate back and forth across his plate while he hacked.
Are we already up in the mountain by any chance?
You're going to starve to death, Nicky. Let me do that, she said.
Yeah, we are.
No, I'll get the hang of it.
Oh, we're gonna get close to a mountain.
Probably in a valley. Some sort.
But she gobbled in 3 bites.
Look, see mountain.
It's only my first day left-handed. He mumbled through the crumbs.
Look at that mountain, Dad.
You mean one-handed? His mother said. What did the other kids have to say? Not much. Marta thought it was cool. How's PE? Fine, Nick said, which wasn't even remotely true. Lacrosse was extremely difficult to play with your best arm bound behind your back, and Nick had been practically useless to his team. Later, while he was in the shower, 2 of the seniors had snatched his ace bandage from the towel rack and used it to hogtie an overweight, slow-footed freshman named Pudge Powell IV.
Ow.
2 coaches spent 10 minutes unbinding the boy. So, PE class basically had been a disaster. His mother said, You're going to be hurting tomorrow. You want to take a hot bath. Nick didn't argue, though he was embarrassed to admit how
You know there's a house at Monadnock, Dad? Someone was up in the mountain in Monadnock, do you know that, Dad?
Routine tasks of taking
Dad, do you know there's a house at Monadnock, Dad?
Opening a few doors
It's actually very
and
nice.
swinging a
Yeah, it
lacrosse
is.
stick.
Do you know that, Dad?
I don't know how
Never
steady
again would he take for granted
There's a house at
the luxury of
Monadnock,
having
Dad. Do you know that,
2
Dad? Dad?
After soaking for
There's a
half
house
an
at
hour and then
Monadnock.
wrapping himself, Nick confronted his homework, which included 18
house at
algebra
Monadnock?
problems.
In the mountain, yeah,
Before
there
his
is.
mom came into the room and
It's in the
put
woods,
his
Dad.
left shoulder. I'm
I think there's more
impressed.
than one house there.
I can actually read their answers. She said,
Well, I seen a house out in the woods at Monadnock while I was walking up the hill.
Look at those mountains on the left just there. Those look nice.
Yeah, they do.
Can I ask you something, Nicky? How long are you going to keep up this lefty routine? Until I get good at it. Then what?
Oh, okay.
I don't know, Mom.
River.
Nick said shortly. I haven't thought about it. In fact, he thought about it plenty. The doctors had said that Nick's father would face months of outpatient rehab after returning home. Nick planned to be there with him, practicing all the same left-handed exercises. After finishing his math homework, Nick read an O. Henry story for English class, which includes his
there's the mountain.
Then he tackled the chore of brushing his teeth, causing only minor bleeding from his gut. Worried.
Okay, so we're driving through New Hampshire, through the mountains.
Oh, look at that good news.
With some effort, he unstrapped the arm
We should go-
and felt weak and numb.
So Santa's Village has a water park now. Haven't been to Santa's Village in like 20 years, but it has a water park.
Nick already had the lights off and was listening to his iPod when his mother cracked the door. She said,
There's a water park.
It's only 8:30. I'm with. She Sat down and laid
Whoa,
a hand
look
on
at
his
those.
forehead, checking to see if he had a temperature. You bummed about Dad, she asked. Nick nodded. Yeah, it sucks. We'll call him tomorrow, I promise. The infection must be pretty bad. Nick's mother told him not to worry. The doctor said it happens sometimes after a combat amputation. The last word jolted Nick. The truth was still sinking in. His father was an amputee. That's what really matters. His mother said, I'll be up watching TV for a while in case you can't sleep. Thanks, Mom.
Thank you.
Hey, I see some power lines up in the mountains.
Later, Nick was still not awake. His body was exhausted, but his brain was sparking like a high voltage wire.
So see, there's still some woods out there left for the animals. Look at around.
The flash from the exploding rocket.
There's some woods directly behind our house, Eric.
I want that to get cut down and make that into a neighborhood.
Afraid of what he might dream if he shut his eyes, Nick grabbed his cell phone off the nightstand and dialed Marta's number. She answered on the second ring. You awake? He said, keeping his voice low. Surfing Facebook, how lame is that? Extremely, Nick said. You talked to your dad? Not today, he was rehabbing. Marta said, I can't sleep either. I've been thinking about everything that's been happening at school, and here's what I figured out. Mrs. Starch is a witch. Not this again. No, I mean a real witch.
Is this all conservation land,
She
Dad?
and Smoke dropped out of sight at about the same time.
Is this all conservation land?
It's like he got a complete personality transplant. I bet Mrs. Starch put a spell on him. Nick laughed. This is Hogwarts, Marta. It's the Truman School. I didn't say she was a wizard. I said she was a witch. Whatever. Okay, smartass. Let's hear your brilliant theory. I don't have one, Nick admitted.
Yeah, well, we just passed
Something
over some
weird's
power
going
lines.
on, that's for sure. Thank you, Marta said. Nick agreed that Mrs. Starch's excuse for taking a leave of absence from school, the so-called family emergency, sounded bogus. The woman had
Hey, Dad, do you think we'll run into Con Eye Joe again? Cotton Eye Joe, the tour guide up in the mountains, Dad.
Dead for like 10 years at this point.
Why haven't we ran into him yet, Dad? Why won't we run into him, Dad? Con Eye Joe.
Nick had the uneasy sense
There's a
of
lot of
being
people in the world.
in one of those short stories.
There is. Do you remember that guy? Oh, look at power lines. Yeah, Con Eye Joe. I wanted to get the rock profile on his hat. I filmed close to his hat, and he pushed me out of the way and smiled and told me, "That's great, thanks." Do you remember that guy, Dad?
I'm lying down.
And he smiled and told me that was great.
Guess what I saw this afternoon after school? Remember that blue Prius with the Save the Manatee license plate? The one just like
so
Mrs. Starch's car?
You don't think we'll run into him again?
Do
you think he'll remember me?
Starch's car. Had to be.
Do you think Con Eye Joe will remember me, Dad?
Skeptically.
Why?
Because I saw it flying out of the parking lot of Ace Hardware going. Didn't you see?
Woonsocket? Oh, there's a Woonsocket. Cool.
Swear to God, in his Truman Blazer, but it was driving. Looked like a guy with a black ski beanie pulled tight over his head. But I bet it was Mrs. Starch. Change themselves into anything, Marta said confidently. Yeah, well, who changed you into a space case? There's no such thing as witches, so knock it off. There was silence on the other end of the line.
Is this North
Nick was
Conway?
worried that he'd hurt his friend's feelings.
No.
Marta said, you don't believe me. I just don't believe in all that Harry Potter stuff, okay? But I do believe you saw smoke in the blue car today, Nick said. And I also believe the car belonged to Mrs. Starch.
Okay, train
It's
track.
just too freaky to be a coincidence.
Choo
Marta was relieved that Nick didn't think she'd made the whole thing up. Now, said Nick,
Eric, you realize the
now we've got to find out who's driving smoke around town
I don't know
in
what you're
Mrs.
saying.
Starch's car and what they've done
The
with
audio on
Mrs.
this is going to be
Starch.
shit because there's a book
Awesome.
being read.
Although Nick stayed awake for a while longer, his imagination was no longer consumed by the Baghdad
This looks like
rocket
the
attack
this looks
that
like
had made
Sesame
his
Street.
father.
That's what this looks like.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Thinking about
Oh,
the
look at
rock
rock
line
climbing.
swamp. and what
Look at that.
it might hold.
This is where I can get a toothbrush.
Oh yeah, Rite Aid.
Nobody saw the helicopter land because no bus tours or school classes were visiting the Black Vine Swamp that morning. Drake McBride stepped from the chopper and hurried
I think there is
that
up
had
here
the
like
Red Diamond logo
stores.
painted on its
Like
doors.
TJ Maxx.
Yeah.
Jimmy Lee Bayless emerged from the driver's side and greeted his boss with a grim nod.
We're gonna be on
What do we got here?
What in creation happened out here? Drake McBride asked.
Hey, her
Very much what I
McBride.
told you on the phone. Is that him? Drake McBride jerked his chin toward a figure huddled inside the truck. Yes, sir? Said Jimmy Lee Bayless.
So, what are you going to
He
do when your
opened the
camera's all
passenger
filled up
door
with
and
just
an
like
unhappy-looking
videos
young
of
man
driving
got
down the
out.
road?
I'm gonna stop
Impossible not to
now.
notice that he was